So here's a little section now following on from what I've been talking about over the last couple of sessions. So this is going to be using my C scale with my A minor pentatonic, and just to put some flesh on the bones of what I've been talking about in the last couple of episodes, let's call them that. Okay, so here's a little bit of me doodling around on A minor. Okay, now as you can hear, that's A minor to F's. Nothing particularly exciting about that, except to say it lays out the harmonic landscape for what we can play. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to play some A minor pentatonic running through to a little bit of C scale in our second position. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of what happens when I'm using that C scale in second position. As you'll notice, it's not against the law to bend the odd string, or, if you feel inspired, put something into it, stuff like that's all good. Okay, so same thing again. This time I'm going to take the A minor pentatonic and I'm going to use a C scale in seventh position here. Okay, and when I talk about seventh position, I'm not talking about the seventh position or the seventh fingering you should play. It is a very confusing misnomer. It's very common. It's where I am on the neck. Okay, so it's my E shape 2-octave C scale. Okay, and I'm playing it at the seventh fret onwards. Okay, same thing again. So what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to see if I can just highlight some of the possibilities in terms of delicacy. In the last example, I used pretty much all of that C scale running around it, and you can see, it gives you a lot of flexibility. In this example, I'm going to be a little bit, not less adventurous would be the wrong description, but I'm going to be a little bit more subtle about it. Let's put it that way. So that should give you a pretty good idea of what you can do with that. And again, just be yourself with it. Don't feel like you've got to play it like somebody else. Just try stuff. And if playing like a bit of what somebody else does is great, but don't become a clone. Someone said to me once, it's better to be a perfect version of yourself than a really bad impression of somebody else. So anyway, so that's a couple of little examples of putting our type 1 stuff into practice, and I'm sure that you'll find loads of other things that you can do with that. Now, I must just stress I've intentionally used no effects on anything at all, no distortion. Okay, it's a tiny little bit of verb on the amp, but no more than an ambient room, I suppose you would say. And there's a couple of things to mention there. If we speed up the tempo and we add a load of distortion to that, we can be into all sorts of different genres. If I had an arch top round my neck here and I was playing that with a kind of more of a swing, it would become jazz. So these are the ingredients, and how you choose to fry them up is up to you. But it's so important when I'm trying to explain something that we don't have this subtext of, wow, what's that effect? That all that is a distraction from what you're actually playing. And when I'm practicing, I either practice acoustically or as near to that as I possibly can. No effects, no nothing at all. So I figure if what I'm playing is good, it will stand up without having to have loads of stuff on it. Now, as you can see in the background here, there is loads of stuff you can use. There's equalizers, compressors, flanges, chorus, whatever. But they really should just be the seasoning to what you play and not the dish itself. Hope I'm not nagging too much, but anyway, better to nag a bit than not at all, I always think. That's about it for this particular video. In the next one, we're going to come on to what you might call the other half of playing in minor keys. And this is where we'll grapple with the idea of a type 2 sequence. Anyway, so for the moment, that's it. So if you could press the subscribe button, that'd be great. And thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.